Hello everybody, my name is Nhlanhla Zwane and welcome to this edition of Share the Gospel Bible Q&A. In this episode, this is where I answer your questions as you send them to me, and we are able to look into the scriptures and the reasoning together. And the first question will come from Noluvuyo Togo from Johannesburg. He says, "Greetings, Pastor Nhlanhla Zwane. My name is Noluvuyo Togo from Johannesburg, South Africa. My question is, if God is a loving God, why does He allow bad things to happen? Is God the same throughout?" Thank you. I think, Noluvuyo, this is a very fair question to ask. I think this is one of the people who have an objection of Christian God. This is one question that they ask. But it also has assumptions, this question. It assumes certain things. And let me point out the assumptions that comes from this question. Number one, it assumes that God and suffering, they don't mix. That's the first assumption. The second assumption it has is that human beings are good, God has a problem. And that assumption is deep and it is hidden in this question. And then number three, it has a skewed view of who God is. Let's try and understand this question correctly. When human beings sinned, they were opposing God. Just like you and me, when our children will walk away from the set rules and the values of our house, we are not going to say, "Hi, baby, it is nice, man. Sorry that you stole my car and destroyed it." We're not going to take it lightly. We are going to be angry. Why? Because we know that sin must be punished because it has violated emotionally, spiritually, even materially, everything. So God has a dilemma. He's got two natures in him. Nature number one, he is holy, and his holiness demands that sin must be punished. And the other dilemma he has is that he is love. His nature of love forces him to rescue us. And another third dimension is that human beings cannot bear the kind of punishment that sin comes with it. That is why when he speaks in Genesis, he says, "The day you eat, you shall surely die." It does not say, "The day you eat, I will kill you." It's a condition that says, the day you eat, it's like, not worry, when you touch this stove, it's a condition, it's a consequence. So this is a dilemma we are in. And what kind of dilemma are we in? We are in a dilemma that sin is blinding us of who we are. It's blinding us of who other people are. It is blinding us of who God is. And God knows this dilemma. And when we insist to hold on to our sinful ways, he has to either use force and use the suffering that we all see to bring us to attention. So God, in allowing suffering to happen to us, it is his way of bringing us to attention. If we did not have the sense of pain, we would touch a fire and never know that something is wrong. So God gave us the sense of pain so that we will know that we are burning. Fire is burning so that we can move away from it. It's the same concept with suffering. Suffering is necessary for us to know what something is wrong. And God uses that suffering to bring us to the end of ourselves so that we can see him and know him. That is why the book of James says, "Count it all joy when you are in trials and tribulation, knowing that it is the testing of your faith, it brings forth patience. and let this patience have its work, so that you may be strong and mature, lacking nothing. You see, so suffering is necessary, and God is using it to get us to the end of ourselves so that we'll be conscious of Him. So, yes, to answer your question, God is the same, yesterday, today, and forever. And what is more precious is that His anger was fully expressed on Christ at the cross. When Christ cried out and said, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, the wrath of God was expressed there to free me and free you from dying. So that is why we have the good news. Thank you for that question, Noliolo. And we hope that more questions will keep on coming so that we respond to them in this manner. Thank you for joining us. I will see you on the next episode.